Hi, my name is David Chow. Today's YouTube, the title is Why Looking Poor Will Make You Rich. It's going to be interesting. Why looking poor will make you rich. You must watch it right to the end to find out the answer, okay? Yeah, as I said, my name is David Chow. Look, let's get right into it. Okay, if you like this content, please subscribe. Okay, well, I think looking poor is very important while you're building your wealth, okay? Well, the first thing is people leave you alone, okay? They won't bother you because they don't really think you're rich, okay? And not just robbers, and secondly, you don't get in all the gold diggers, we call it gold diggers. Sometimes you see the real in life, a girl hang around, people driving a Ferrari, Porsche, sort of Mercedes, and is that your car? Yeah, can I go for a ride? I mean, we don't need that. We don't, and salespeople, and con artists, and that sort of thing, they think you dress well. We say, well, you must have money, so we'll try to get you to buy another property. So or whatever they try to flop. So, and also your relative and friends stop asking you to, or stop try to borrow money from you because they think you got the money. So, and it's less stressful, and save time and effort, and that you don't need to flunk your well, to really in life. Okay, we'll get right to it. You don't need to you don't need to live in a luxury home, or opulent, luxury sort of extravagant 2-story house with 6 bedrooms, 6 toilets. Oh my gosh, swimming pool. I mean, there are some rich people can afford it, but you don't need to. I mean, a lot of millionaires around this area, they might have swimming pool, but outdoor pool it's pretty common, but it's not a luxury home, we call it, okay, and you don't and you don't need to drive a flashy car. I mean, that's always come to that point, isn't it? In Western society, car is important, so, well, you don't need to flunk your, driving a brand new luxury Rolls Royce, Bentley, Ferrari, top of the range Mercedes. You don't need that. You only attract attention and attract people break into your car, or we call it carjacking. I don't know where other places you can heard of that phrase, carjacking. They steal a car basically because you got a luxury car. Okay, and you don't need to wear designer clothing. I mean, that's the whole thing. You don't. There's a quote here. You don't have to look rich to be rich. Okay, and secondly, poor people like to look rich, and the rich people like to look poor. So that's kind of, So, but the thing is, I mean, you don't need to be a slave to fashion. You don't need to you don't need to wear designer clothing, Gucci, Versace, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Prada. I mean, why need to buy a shirt $300? I mean, a Gucci bag about 20,000, or Prada shoe 10,000, or I don't know, a belt, jewelry. I mean, they go to this kind of places to buy jewelry. I mean, you don't need. I'm not just for the lady, but also some gentlemen. I mean, they you know, they got a big gold chain on their neck. I mean, Rolex watch, a shiny shoe, you know, belt. What else? Latest iPhone. I don't know. That's, you know, that's old stuff. I mean, nowadays, in the 21st century, people don't do that anymore. Well, I think so anyway. So, and you don't need to wear, you know, you don't have to show off that you're such a sportsman wearing Nike Air or Jordan or what you know, Adidas quite common, isn't it? I mean, you don't need to show off that. I mean, it's going for a walk or running or playing table tennis or tennis. You don't need to wear something couple $100. Jeez. And you don't need to carry, you know, expensive bag. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Well, and yeah, and then put on all your latest photos, you know, outing to luxury places, cruise, luxury holidays in France, you know, I don't know, in Maldives. You don't need to put that in Instagram, Facebook, or the social media, you know. And so they let the whole world know that you've been to all these luxury places, you know, and all these fancy holidays and hang around with all the rich friends, you know. You don't need to go to 5-star restaurant. I mean, they overcharge you anyway. So, you know, I mean, most of 5-6. What do you go for the atmosphere? I mean, what people play piano, talk gently, and sort of in a top end sort of, you know, a place. No, you don't need to hang around that. I mean, you don't particularly need to hang out, especially have to hang out with your friend or just 5-6-star restaurant and, you know, and pub and this place. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think it's a waste of money. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to necessarily have to like 5-star restaurant with, you know, nice atmosphere and you know, French restaurant. You say, oh, merci beaucoup. You know, wine from Champagne, Burgundy, all the way from Bordeaux, Provence. And you don't need to go to holiday to all the fancy places too. I mean, you can, you know, I mean, you don't need to go to, you don't need to go, you know, cruise along the Niles, or trek, you know, ski at Mont Blanc, and you know, catch a train in Switzerland and that kind of thing. I mean, that is all expensive. You know, you don't need to go to Provence, go to Nice, Saint-Tropez, and yeah, those places. Yes, okay. I mean, there's a lot of local places you can go. I mean, from Australia, you can go to Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, even go to China. They're all pretty cheap from Australia or more in America. Imagine from America, you can go to the Caribbean, Central America, like Panama, Costa Rica, Guatemala, you know, or Brazil, Chile. I mean, there's so many places we can enjoy your holiday, you know, cheap holiday. Go to somewhere close by, you know. You don't. I mean, basically, you don't need to spend $3,000 to get a place to see the sunset or sunrise. Just, well, I suppose you like to climb the Mount Everest. I mean, you want to be in the record book, it's fine. I mean, well, I'm not fit enough to do that, but so okay, yeah, but all this, all this is in a mindset. I mean, a lot of successful, what we call a millionaire or successful entrepreneur person, a profession, they they live in ordinary house around here. I imagine most of them would qualify as a millionaire, millionaire here. And they drive. I hardly see any. Oh yeah, I see some second-hand Mercedes, but hardly see any. I never see the Rolls Royce around here. I don't know. Bentley, yes, I've seen a couple of Mercedes. I mean, the C class is not that expensive, or BMW is pretty common. But I mean, most of the people drive a common car, common car. Or here in Australia, they drive pretty normal, sort of like Toyota, Honda, very popular, Nissan, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Volkswagen, Ford, General Motors. I mean, they're all pretty common, I mean, most of the household would have two cars, so they, and most of the cars you buy second hand anyway. Very seldom you spend 50 or 80,000 to buy a brand new car. I mean, what's the point? So okay, and most of the people here, I mean, you see them. I talk to them. They see them do their own gardening, mow the lawn, and I chat to them. And they generally wear not pretty common clothing. Maybe the wife will buy something from factory outlet. I mean, you generally get about 50% discount, and they always on they discount 365 years, 365 days. Every day is a discount. So, or you can get it from Kmart. Nothing wrong with that. And even some they like to shop in the second-hand shop, pick up some good bargain. I mean, especially furniture, fridge. If you want to furnish a rental apartment or a rental place, you a lot of time you just get the furniture appliances from the second-hand shop. I mean, from Sabo, Vini. I mean, or from the Facebook, you want to buy fridge and all that, and from Facebook too, second-hand. But no one, you don't for rental property, fully furnished. You don't need to get a brand new fridge, washing machine, appliances, air conditioner, heater from the top of the range. I mean, you get it from Facebook secondhand. You get it from a tenth of the prices. Anyway, yeah, and most of the people here hang out with their good friends and neighbors. Your old friends, and go to a cheap eat. It's a lot of cheap joints around. We call it cheap eat here in Melbourne. A lot of pizza, Vietnamese place, Vietnamese noodle, Malaysian laksa, Chinese roast duck, Greek food, Middle Eastern sort of food. No, it's a lot of that. I mean, why pay something about? That's the thing. I mean, why pay something about 5 times the price when you can get a bowl noodle for about $15 or $18? Why need to go to somewhere pay $50 or $40? Why need to go to a French restaurant have a want to dance for $150 and you still feel hungry, you know. I can't do. I mean, I certainly can't work that out, you know. And the other thing is, a lot of the successful people they try to avoid try to avoid credit cards, you know. And most of the people I know practice frugal living habits. I mean, it's not just kind of not just people that I know. I mean, it's a lot of well-known billionaires. I mean, like Warren Buffett, and you know, he lived in the same house in Omaha. You know, bought it for $37,000, and admittedly it's a farmhouse, and they lived there until he died. Actually, I believe he suddenly passed away about 6 months ago. And another billionaire is the boss of IKEA. His name is Ingvar Kamprad, and he's also very frugal person. Fly economy, stay in a budget hotel, and drive a Volvo 240, 17 years old Volvo. Oh God, I don't even see one here in Melbourne. About 17 years of Volvo. It's kind of like, you know, can go to the local museum, you know. So they all practice frugal living. I mean, that's how people. I mean, a lot of high flyer. Let's get away from the text. You know, a lot of people make good money. They, you know, they doctor, high fly lawyer, CEO, you know, director of the company, entrepreneur, and they make good money, you know, $500,000. But the thing is, they also spend out. They got high expenditure. You know, usually the wife or the husband, they're big spender. I mean, they go shopping, come back home with 3 bags of Gucci bag, Chanel, you know, all the makeup thing, cosmetic, and you know, drive around a brand new Mercedes, you know, send the kids to private school, and you know, send, you know, get the kids into tennis lesson. I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, and every year send the kids to, you know, Switzerland, France, America, I don't know, you know, UK for holiday, or go to France holiday. I mean, that's not gonna be cheap, isn't it? I mean, imagine you go to Paris and go down to Provence, where Nice, Monaco, Saint-Tropez. You know, they're not cheap. I mean, and stay in the, you know, stay in the pension or in a farmhouse. They're not cheap. I mean, the cost of living. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, for a trip, they could have spent about $20,000-$30,000 for a family of 4. I mean, just one holiday. I mean, they could easily, yeah, easily go to a local, you know, not just beside, you know, the local, you know, country near Australia, or country near America, or near Europe. I mean, they can do a local trip. In Australia, you can easily go to Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Perth, Adelaide, or very popular destinations, Tasmania, back to nature, you know, all the lovely beaches, you know, you hardly see any sandy beach, and yeah, I mean, nice, friendly people. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to spend big to have a good holiday. I mean, that's my point. You could go to Bali for, you know, we'll consider Bali as a local, you know, it's about $200 or $300, and stay in the 4 or 5 star resort, nice beaches, a great cheap food, great massage. I mean, you probably spend about less than half compared to if you go to overseas holiday. So anyway, we're talking about that. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other people that very beside Warren Buffett and the boss of IKEA. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, he gives speeches in his T-shirt. He goes around in his T-shirt and jeans. I mean, it seems that T-shirt is the tuxedo nowadays. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously his T-shirt is good quality T-shirt. But I mean, like another famous actor, Chow Yun-fan. He's an actor of Hidden Dragon and Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon, and and the female actress is Michelle Yeoh. She just got an Oscar last year for the best female actress, Michelle Yeoh. Anyway, and I think the director Ang Lee got the best director for foreign language film in the Oscar on that year for that movie. Well, Chen Fat, he's such a frugal. Well, his asset was being quoted. It's got $1 billion US. I mean, he's a world famous actor. I mean, not just in the Chinese movie. He acted in many Western movies. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Crouching Tiger, and The King and I, and he apparently his monthly expenditure or expenses is $200 Australian dollar a month. It's like $50 a week. Apparently he eat in the local Chinese sort of noodle shop. He go around in in Hong Kong and Hong Kong MRT and the train, and he's very down to earth person. I mean, take photo of anyone who come along. I mean, $50 a week Australian dollar. I mean, people, you go to even food court with a family, you spend about $80. I don't know. It really must be. Maybe he's getting some free food for people that he's advertising for the restaurant. But I mean, $50. I mean, as I say, you go to a shopping mall, a food court, a family of 4 here in Melbourne, you would have spent about 4 dishes, $20 each. You would spend about 80 or by the time you buy some milk tea, bubble cup tea or milk tea, you spend $100 just one meal, and he's $50 Australian dollar a week. I don't know how he can do it. Anyway, that's but he's intend to give away his billion. According to what his wife said, his wife is Jasmine Tan, I think, from Singapore. Say that when he died, he intended to give away his billion to charity. So there you are. There is one person that we can look up to. I mean, that's So, well, let's get back to the basic. I mean, many of the successful people or millionaires, they work hard, hardworking. There are a lot of them when they're young, when they just after the school or uni, they work hard. A lot of times they get second job, and they save hard too. They save hard. Okay, and then they must have they must have gone to a lot of education about financial, how to build wealth, how to build your future financial security, and attend a lot of seminar, read a lot of wealth building book, like book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and a lot of those similar kind of book, 20, 30 years ago. And they have in the mind that they would buy appreciating assets like real estate. They get into stock market, businesses, successful business, and that kind of thing. So they don't just leave the money in the bank. I mean, it would be silly to just, it would be silly to leave say hard and just simply leave the money in the bank. Well, all you get is 4%, 4 to 5% interest, and inflation is about 6 to 7%. You're losing money, but just simply by simply leaving the money in the bank. So you got to know how to make use of the money. That's the thing. So they know how to they know how to build wealth. Like letting the money investment work for you. And how to making sure that they get the passive income. Well, yeah, and they have the passion of watching their money grow, and they only buy the appreciating assets like real estate or share. And they get away from spending too much on the depreciating assets. You know what I mean? Like the fine example is like a luxury car. You bought it when for 100,000. A couple of years later, it become worth about 50,000. This is. Okay. Well, compared to real estate, well, I can't talk about other places. I can talk about like places like Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand. Maybe I don't know. American and Canada's assets well enough to know that they will double the value in 10 years. But definitely in Melbourne, places like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth, it will double its value by between 7 to 10 years. So imagine you bought a property. You borrow. This is getting big. Okay, this is talking big. Imagine you borrow $1 million to that you purchase properties or couple of properties, so $1 million, say in Melbourne, and 10 years time it become $2 million. Okay, or 8 or 10 years time. So after 10 years time, you can return that $1 million to the bank, and you make $1 million profit, and that $1 million belong to you. Well, how well, you don't need an MBA to work out enough. It's not exactly rocket science, okay? And you don't need to, you don't need to be a very brainy accountant to work there. So, can you imagine you get right into that when you're young? Work hard, save money, get into property, start young. Every 10 years, that probably, and we say you use other people's money, OPM. The money, the bank, they borrow the money, the loan from the bank is the other people's money, because the money actually by people deposit the money in the bank in turn lend it to you. So those people, you got the money, they're not smart enough, they put it in the bank, get 4 or 5% interest, and then the bank will lend it to you for 6-7%, or even credit card get 20-25%, or personal loan about 12%. I mean, so that's how the bank might make money. But you would also make full use of other people's money, OPM, to invest in appreciating property, appreciating assets like real estate property. Okay. Obviously, it's. I mean, there's a different type of property. We can get into it another day. There's residential, commercial, retail, business. Whatever. They are sort of different. I mean, you won't want to actually own a commercial property or retail property because so many vacant shop. I mean, the trend is internet purchasing. People buy stuff through the internet, like Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, WeChat, Tmall. There's so many. In Singapore is Lazada, I think. There's so many. They all become, especially the younger generation, or even the older generation. You can get something online for 30% of the for discount of 70%. You pay 30%. I mean, well, you can't beat that, can you? And you get delivered the next day. Anyway, so well, the other thing. Well, I'm going to quote this by Warren Buffett. I mean, that kind of relate to what we're talking about. Why looking poor will make you rich. Okay? Warren Buffett. This is a quote from Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. What a statement. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I mean, basically it says that you got to be able to get the passive income. I mean, real estate is a perfect example. You're getting rent, and at the same time, the property goes up in value every 8 or 10 years. Well, that's so you're making passive income, isn't it? I mean, obviously, yes, you still need to do quite a bit of hard work. You need to maintain the property. You need to imagine you manage your property yourself without the real estate agent. You got to be a bit of a handyman. You got to be switch on. You got to be able to do it straight away. If your tenant call up saying the drain block, you got to be thinking, oh yeah, okay, I need a plunger. Go there. It happened many times. You bring a plunger, 5 minutes, 3 seconds you clear. Instead of the agent will call a plumber, they'll charge you $150, $150 just something like that. That you could solve the problem in 5 minutes or even less. So there you are. You got. I mean, nothing can sort of you can't be kind of lazy and say, oh no, I won't do that. I mean, it's a bit of effort. I mean, you could. I mean, if you rent out the product yourself, the tenant could have. Even the Airbnb or your ordinary tenant could ring you up and 12 o'clock say, David, I locked myself out in the door. This Saturday, it happened to me. Saturday night, about 12 midnight. I said, my gosh, yes, yeah, okay. Okay, Joe, I'll come around in half an hour because obviously I got a master key. But I mean, you don't want him to. He could call a locksmith on Saturday night come along, open his door would have cost him $300 or $400. Saturday night, you have to pay double, triple the rate, you know. Anyway, or you want to be good, you want to be a good landlord, you know. You want to get on with your tenant. So you basically you want to look after your tenant because you treat them like a friend, you know. I mean, you treat them nicely. They will return, you know, treat you nicely, give you the respect, you know. And if you want to increase the rent, they won't hassle about it, you know. And there's a book that was written by Thomas Stanley. I think some of you might have read it. I highly recommend you read it. The first book they was actually partnered with another writer. Is the Millionaire Next Door. You talk about it's talk about American millionaires next door, but will be pretty similar sort of in other Western countries like Australia, New Zealand, maybe Singapore, Hong Kong, you know, Canada. And the second book they wrote is The Millionaire Mind. Okay, I think it's long enough. I want to conclude by quoting this saying by Will Rogers. Do you know Will Rogers? Okay. He said, too many people spend money they earned, and then to buy the thing they don't want. And to impress people they don't like. Wow, what a statement. Well, it's true, isn't it? Say again, too many people spend money they earned, and then to buy the things that they don't want, and the impressive people they don't like. I mean, it's kind of try to look rich, try to impress a friend. I mean, it's starting working and try to buy yourself a flashy Ferrari, you know, or Porsche. I mean, yeah, I'll be impressed. You get a lot of girlfriends, you know, a lot of girls like to hang around with you. You know, your mate like to hang around with you in the pub, you know, and you know, I mean, what a statement, and it's true too, you know. Okay, I'm finishing my. I hope this is not too boring. I'm finishing this this YouTube on. Okay, please help me. Yeah, please subscribe, because for some unknown reason, my subscribers still pretty low. I don't know. Even among friends, I'm not getting a subscriber. I mean, it's free, you know. You don't have to pay to subscribe. Please, I hope the topics are interesting, and yeah, and give me the thumb up, you know, in the YouTube there, beginning part. Yeah, I think there's a subscribe logo on the side of the video. You can press anytime. And thumb up, right to, you know, at the beginning or the end of it, thumb up. I mean, there's some comment too. I really love to hear some comments. You know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you got experience on this area. I mean, we all like to, you know, you don't want to just listen to what I say. I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of valuable experience. It doesn't matter whether you come from Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, America, Canada, or China. Please, you know, help me to grow my, you know, help press the subscribe button, and you know, I think the topic's interesting. I mean, I'm you know, I'm originally come from Singapore, but yeah, sort of did my civil engineering course here in Melbourne, but you know, a lot of, I learned and be property investors since the day I start working. You know, that's so many years ago. So I got a lot of experience. I love to pass on my experience. You know, my knowledge, how I've gone through. You know, how you can build up your wealth through. Well, I only know about property, real estate, and only residential property. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not an investor in a commercial or retail. So okay. Good night. Well, I hope the next YouTube won't come. You don't have to wait for too long. I have been a bit busy this couple of weeks. So okay. Good night. Look after yourself. Bye.